Hey mathematicians! Today we are learning a new 4th grade skill, which is how to do this. How can we multiply two two-digit numbers together, like 43 and 65? One thing you could do is the standard algorithm, where you just put the numbers on top of each other going up and down. However, there's another way called the area model. In the area model, you are going to break up your two numbers into smaller pieces and multiply those pieces together. So let's make our 43 blue and our 65 can be green. You already know how to write numbers in expanded form. So 43 split into its place values would be 4 tens or 40 and 3 ones. And also for 65, if I was going to split that up, I would get 6 tens or 60 and 5 ones or 5. In the area model, also known as the box method, we are going to take all of these numbers and multiply them by each other. So, for example, you are going to take the 40 and multiply it by the 60 and the 5. You're going to take your 3 and multiply it by your 60 and by your 5. This may look really overwhelming because there are a lot of different things that you need to multiply together. That's why we have the box method or the area model. It's called this because you're going to use a box like this, and each of your pieces of multiplication will be in one section of the box. So for example, one thing we need to do is do 40 times 60, so this could be right here, and then 3 times 60 could be right here, and so on. We'll go over in just a moment how you get that whole box organized. But remember, when we are multiplying a two-digit number like this, we need to make sure to multiply all parts of the number together. Some people make a mistake. Let me show you what that mistake is. Some people want to take a shortcut here, and they want to do something like this. They want to take the 43 and then multiply the 43 times 6 and then times 5. But we know that this doesn't make sense because this 6 here is a 6D, not a 6. That does not work. When you are multiplying bit by bit, you need to make sure you're still paying attention to your place value. Okay, so now you're ready to start using the area model to do your multiplication. We're going to do 43 times 65. So when we're doing the area model, we first need to start by making our box. And since we have two two-digit numbers, we will separate our top into 2 for each digit and our sides into 2 for each digit. So we are now going to need to split our numbers into place values. Let's have our 43 be blue. If I were to separate 43 into its tens and ones, I would have 40 for 4 tens and 3 in the ones place for 3 ones. I will label my top and bottom with my tens and my ones place. Then let's make the 65 green. For our 65, we have a 6 in the tens place, so that's 60, and then a 5 in the ones place for 5 ones, 60, and then 5. So now that I've labeled my boxes, I now need to find the area of each one of my boxes. So when I'm doing that, the trick is to look at the sides of the boxes that are labeled. So let's start up here on the top left box. If I'm looking at the sides of this box, these two inside sides are not labeled, so that's not helping me. But on the outside, I can see a 40 and a 60. So to find the area of this box, I would do 40 times 60. So inside the box, I can write 40 times 60. Moving down to this box, I see that it's 5 and 40 on the outsides of this box. The 60's up here, that's not helping us. 3's over here, not helping us. 5 and 40. So in this box, I could write 5 times 40. Okay, let's go up here. On the outsides of this box, I see a 3 and a 60. So for this one, I would write 3 times 60. And then going down here to the bottom, there's a 5 and a 3 on the outside. So I would write 5 times 3. Now that I've gotten my multiplication ready, I need to go through and multiply to find the area of each of my boxes. I can use my zeros trick. So if I'm looking up here at my 40 times 60, I can see that if I ignore the zeros for a moment, I have a 4 and a 6. 4 times 6 is 24. And then I can go ahead and add those 2 zeros in to get 2,400. Down here, I have 5 times 4, which is 20. And then I can go ahead and add that 0 in to get 200. On the top right, I have 3 times 6, which is 18. And then add that 0 in for 180. And then here I have 5 times 3, which is 15. Now that I've found each area of the box, I need to add all those areas together to get the whole area. The whole area will be the answer to my original problem, which was 43 times 65. I broke this up into partial areas to make the multiplication easier. So now I'm going to come over onto the right side here, and I'm going to add my numbers together. I like to go from greatest to least to make my adding easier. So I would have 2,400. I need to be very careful to line up my numbers. I can cross that one out. Then I have 200. I'm going to carefully line up my place values. Then 180. And then 15. I need to add those together. In my ones place, I have all zeros and then a 5. So I would get 5. In my tens place, I have 0 plus 0 plus 8 plus 1. So that would give me 9. In my hundreds place, I have 4 plus 2 plus 1, so 4, 5, 6, that would give me 7. And then in my thousands place, I have 2. I can put my comma there. And then I have my final answer. So 43 times 65 equals 2,795. And that's it. Hope that was helpful.